I am constantly walking the line between con mind and create state. And I think my attempt to find the balance is my challenge. And I think that's true for, well, all of us pretty much. We're constantly, dipping in and out of both of those places. So con mind is where I get really analytical, and I have a furious need for control and to do things the right way and that sort of stuff. And then the create state is more fluid, and I find myself allowing more things, and it feels freer, it feels less restrictive. And we need both of those parts of ourselves to have a successful, tread along whatever path we're moving. But I find a lot of the time I just fall over one way or the other way. And my dilemma is trying to find the balance between the two. Now, the work I do, being an indie author and running my own indie publishing company, feeds all of those parts of me. So I can wear many different hats, and though I might complain about the need to do all of that, I'm not really complaining. It's like playing dress up every day with different identities. It's a little bit schizophrenic, isn't it? But it doesn't feel damaging. It's just the way that I have to do things to make it work. For example, today I'm going to be spending time in the draft of my second book, Embodying Earth. I've got a word count, I've done an analysis, I've done a schedule for the creation of that book. And so my word count is 1,115 words for the day to achieve the goal, my deadline. And so that is very manageable. All I have to do to achieve that is to keep my bum in my chair for a certain amount of time until the words are written. I know this about myself. I get to the point where I just, the urge to, go and do something else which is not going to be very productive apart from giving me a little space, which sometimes is important too. But if I can I often have this argument with myself in my head, just write the next word, just write the next sentence, just write the next thing. And I get over that tiny little pebble in my shoe, and all of a sudden I've written a whole nother paragraph and I've gone over my word limit, and I want to keep writing because it's suddenly flowing. And so there's that part of my day. And then the other part of my day is some troubleshooting in Asana between different privacy settings and different ways that members and guests can see the workspace. And so I need to just analyze all of that. And so, I shift more into the con mind, but there's a whole lot of, going backwards and forwards between the con mind and the create state to have this balanced way of working. And I love this. I love my work. I love what I do. And if I am gentle with myself and take the time to breathe and focus on one activity at a time, it's much easier to maintain the balance and not fall on my ear and end up with a thick ear. So there's 4 things on my to-do list today. I can get all 4 of them done if I give myself a whole day's work. The trick is when you work for yourself, you have to treat it like a business. You have to treat it like someone else is going to be checking on you at the end of the day to evaluate how you went with your tasks. And that's you, my darlings. That's you, because I get to tell you every day how I went the day before. And sometimes I'm not very specific. but I will try to be, because that is important for me, to be honest with you. Because ultimately it's me being honest with myself. That is the hardest thing of all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, darling.